I was made for this. Literally.
Let me at him. Our rage is beyond your control.
Ah, this should be fine. Assuming Alt aim doesn't try and engage on there.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. Seconds until minions spawn.
Four corners. Ancient guardians wake. Our journey continues.
Minions have spawned.
Our spirits have merged.
Yeah. The sea holds fearsome creatures.
Keep staring.
Supreme focus. Send their spirits to the wild. Crush any barrier. Keep watch. The spirits return. Who would stand
An enemy
against
has been slain. Enemy has been slain.
wrath of nature? Our spirits have merged. Life speaks through us. Our spirits have merged. Maintain guard.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Power without bounds. Spirits rise. We hear the rustling of prey. Ready to pounce. Our journey continues. Our spirits have merged. The spirits observe. Our journey continues. We do not yield. This place is at peace.
Hello. Housekeeping. Good. This place is a mess, as you just said. We did bits and pieces, but we realized we missed bin day, so it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be downhill till next week. We're gonna have to really cram things in. That's fair.
A summoner has reconnected.
Charge forward. Spirits rise.
Destroyed a turret.
To replenish body and spirit.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
An ally has been slain.
Unbreakable.
There is no other way.
Our journey continues.
Turret plate will fall soon.
Guide my soul. Our spirits have merged.
Unstoppable.
Our journey continues.
An enemy has been slain.
Against us. Our spirits have merged. Return to nature. Rejuvenate our will. The heart has been slain. Our journey continues. Life. Spirits observe. Our journey continues. Speaks through us. Our spirits have merged.
enough people on. Fatal's here. Tired. Didn't sleep. I've been sleeping on and off as a result. Come on. No. Okay, fine. Let's build these things first. Fine. Built that. Yeah. What's up with you? What's going on? See what's happening. Oh, a bunch of people disconnected while loading. One, two, four, five, six. Could be me by the looks of it. Yeah, I woke up again at like, I don't know, maybe 7. No, I woke up at like 7 a.m. Wasn't great.
I will call it forth from the wall. Command me to build. I will call it forth from the wall.
So what are your plans then at 4 o'clock in the morning?
Fulfill our duty. How can we help? Closing in on the objective.
Space.
We will fulfill our duty. The craft world sings to me and I respond. We are shaped by fate just as we shape it. Enemy sighted. We are shaped by fate just as we shape it. Our mission is ready to receive the gift of the My music is a pillar on which whole worlds have been built. Show me a place that is ready to receive the gift. We are here to fulfill our duty. Closing in on the objective, success. My music is a pillar upon which whole worlds have been built. My music is a pillar upon which whole worlds have been built. My music will shape the wraith. My music is a pillar upon which our excellence have been built. How can we help you? We move. The enemy will heed our warnings, or they will perish. Take the battle. You have our mission. Just name your target. Just name your target. Guardian squad. Ready. We seek the adventure that only war can bring. We are shaped by fate just as we shape take the battle to the enemy. We return to defend. Command me to go. Show me fate is ready for the sake of the enemy is dead. Command me to go. Take me to where I may call was burn. We are shaped by fate just as God will go. Ready. We are here to fulfill our duty. What is your wish? Command me to build. You will have what we are here to fulfill our duty. You called us back. The wanderers have returned. We move unseen. They have no hope of survival. What is your wish? What would you have us do? We seek the adventure that only war can bring. Incoming enemy fire. We have traveled much darker paths. How can we help?
I have arrived.
My music is a pillar upon which whole worlds have been built. You call us back. We return to defend. We move effortlessly. Just as we are. We seek the adventure.
What needs to be done? As you wish.
My music is a pillar upon which whole worlds have been built. You will have what you require.
The random hand of fate will never see.
We move unseen.
My powers are yours now.
We walk the path less traveled. My music is a pillar upon which what would you have been built.
Space Marines attack!
As you wish, you move. What would you have done?
The enemy cannot hide from my sight.
And true.
The enemy cannot hide from my sight.
We are here to fulfill our duty.
How can I help?
Guardian Squad, ready. The burden of leadership lies with us. My music is a pillar upon which whole worlds have been built. Command me to build. The time for war
Nothing
is
is hidden
now.
from my sight.
Let us play our part. The time for war is now. The time for war is now. We go.
Victory countdown has begun.
Traveled. My music is a pillar upon which whole worlds have been built. We walk our path. The time for war is now. Let us play our part. We walk our path. We walk the path less traveled.
Six minutes until take and hold victory.
Of death.
Look, it changes. We are taking damage. You have
Are the harbingers of death.
move effortlessly.
What needs to be done?
We exist to avenge our sisters.
The Wanderers have returned, silent and swift.
The future is clouded and uncertain.
5 minutes until take and hold victory.
We are the messengers of doom.
It is fatal. He's been chilling around.
We are here to exact harsh vengeance. You have all to hear the voice of death and war.
My powers are yours now.
We exist to avenge our
Enemy
sisters.
fire.
We shall cleanse the universe with the authentic existence survive.
The mists of space and time retreat from my mind.
4 minutes until take and hold victory.
We are here to exact harsh vengeance.
We walk our path.
I sense the enemy. They are closing in. The future is clouded and uncertain.
Our cries are becoming a black hole for our enemies. We are the harbingers of death to avenge our sisters. We don't support my sisters.
Incoming enemy fire.
We are the messengers of doom.
We walk the path less traveled. The path less traveled. Assuming combat formation
Swiftly, sisters. We will follow your commands.
Shall I divine your
you
next
have need. We yearn to wander. We yearn to wander. We yearn
Yeah.
to wander. We move effortlessly. Silent and swift. How can we engage with air?
The future is clouded and uncertain.
We are here to exact harsh vengeance.
You call us back.
The future is clouded and
Many
uncertain.
are called. Few survive.
Call us back. With speed. We are taking damage.
We are here to exact harsh vengeance.
What needs to be done?
Swiftly, sisters. Do not keep us waiting.
The future seems so clear.
What?
Sense the enemy. They are closing in.
Exact.
Nah, I just think it's amusing.
We walk our path. We strive without hesitation. We are taking We yearn to wander. The wanderers have returned. Incoming enemy
Mists
fire.
of space and time retreat from my mind. It is the best course of action. With wise counsel. For our ancestors,
Many are called. Few survive.
what needs to be done?
We
light.
We walk the path less traveled.
We are the harbingers of death. Many are called, few survive. Swiftly, sisters! Show us the way, we will not fail you. We are here to exact harsh vengeance. You have but to ask. Our swords, many are called, few survive.
Path less traveled.
The future is clouded and uncertain.
We seek the adventure that only war can bring.
We are the harbingers of death.
We are
herald the
taking
coming
damage.
of great pain for our enemies.
You
Hide from my sight.
we move unseen.
My powers
We are here to exact harsh vengeance. Our cries are becoming a great pain for our enemies. None shall survive. You have but to ask. Our cries are becoming a great pain for our enemies. None shall survive. Many are called, few survive. We go to war, my sisters. We shall pass our sorrows to the enemy on this day. Do not fear the voice of death calling to them. We shall pass our sorrows to the enemy on this day.
The wanderers have returned. We move
Yes, the call waiting is great.
silent and swift. Objective we are taking.
The enemies of man cannot stand before us.
Do not keep us waiting. Many are called, few survive. We are the harbingers of We are the messengers of doom. We go to war, my sisters. No enemy can stand before our blades. We go to war, my sisters. We are the messengers of
Yeah. CC engineering, yeah. We've engineered it to have crowd control. It slows down the electrons so they last longer.
The Emperor guides my blade.
All fear the voice of death calling to them.
Danger has found us.
We will protect this area with our lives. We are the messengers of doom. Our cries herald the coming of doom for our enemies. Our cries herald the coming of doom for our enemies.
Incoming enemy.
To their death. Combat is our path. You must lead us to it. We shall be their death.
We seek the adventure that
Our cries herald the coming of great pain.
This is the judgment of the righteous. Scum.
Our cries herald the coming of great pain for our enemies.
Your might.
To avenge our sisters. We go to war, my sisters.
command me to build.
We did it! Sorry, catching up on chat. You suck at creativity in photos. I not as much as I do. If he's still around. He's only just left. He's gonna do his own thing now. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning, but he couldn't sleep. He woke up. And then, yeah. Must be. I don't even bother trying. I'm bad enough with names, let alone locations. I don't even go that far. I'm not even going to assume stuff like that. It's crazy talk. Yeah, but we could be on a simulation, but our bodies could still be on Earth. Just not the Earth that we know. So, if there was a real Earth that was nothing like our Earth, but the Earth in the simulation we're in was called Earth because it was named after the real Earth, are we on Earth? Like, because if the Earth we're actually on is not the Earth as we know it, would you still say that we're on Earth? But what would you say? Would you say that we're still on Earth, or would you say that we're not on the Earth? Like, the Earth. The Earth that... So, like, as in... Because I draw the line of, like, what you consider to be the real Earth. As in, is it the one where you're the one that wasn't a lie, or the one that, to you, has been real the whole time? And that comes down to a personal philosophy of whether or not the real universe is only connected to you on a subconscious or mental level, which means that the one that you've been truly experiencing this whole time, regardless of where your physical body is located, could be your true Earth. But if you don't believe that, then you're more likely to just go that the true Earth is where your body is. You've just been informed to the point where you 100% believe it. But only just recently. Has been on a fake Earth, and you're still on it. So it's like you've just been informed without a shadow of a doubt that the Matrix is real, but you can't wake up yet. Yes. But some people don't think that way. Some people are like, it may be real to me, but it's not the real, and therefore it's fine. Yes. Take that chill pill. Until you're possibly woken up, possibly not. Yeah. Because you might not ever be woken up, right? In the quote-unquote real Earth. I like philosophical questions. What's in it? Oh, you know what I've actually been getting more into? They go by all different names. Like, every bar has a different fucking name for it. But it's dark spiced rum and Coke. But, no. Dark spiced rum, but then the mixer is, like, ginger beer. So often Mezzo's ginger beer. And then lime and a bit of mint. Yeah. And they're just so good. And they're popping up all over the place now. All of these fancy, like, other bars are doing them. It's really good, seriously. Really good. Kraken, Mezzo's ginger beer, dash of lime, and a little bit of mint. And it's so good. It's now my favorite cocktail. Oh, we have ginger beer, but it's not Mezzo's, so it's not alcoholic ginger beer, but that's okay. Because it's spicy, so it's it's spiced rum, spiced ginger beer. It's too good. Everything just goes well. We could still kind of make it, but we don't have, like, I don't know whether you could just kind of add chili vodka to ginger beer and make the world's dodgiest spiced alcoholic ginger beer. It's not going to taste right, but it might be closer than just normal ginger beer. Chili mud shakes. Should I be sitting on streaming to Twitch talking about how awesome alcohol is? Probably not. That might be against its terms of service. So, drinks can taste good, but drink responsibly, kids. And don't play competitive games while you're drunk, because that's just rude to everyone you're playing with. Alright. Competitive. No, so like... No, I just don't like... Okay. What I really hate, what really pisses me off is people are like, I'm trying... And I've been getting better at not getting so salty. And I'm trying to, like, instruct the team and everything's fine. And then somebody just randomly comes out and it completely kills my hopes. Like, everything's going good and people are kind of starting to listen except for one person. I'm like, we can almost do this. You get in there and I'm giving them encouragement and stuff. And they're like, dude, I can't even understand anything you're saying. I'm so high right now. And I'm just like, why would you do that? Why would you play a team-based competitive game while high? Like, there are high makes a lot of things better, as I've heard. I've never been high, but I've heard it makes a lot of things better. But competitive esports games, I don't call that fun to begin with, especially in competitive mode. I do it so that I can get a sense of satisfaction and feel good about myself, but not to get fun in the moment. So why would you do so high when there's thousands of better things you could be doing while high that don't impact everybody else? So, if you do, can you explain to me what the mentality behind it is? Because that's my thoughts on it, and it's really annoying because I don't understand. Okay, no, that's fair. That's actually fair. More bearable. Yeah. Right. Because I know that it can be a mood amplifier for certain people. And so if you're already having fun, it's going to make it more fun. I get that. But it's like, I don't call it fun. Yeah. Yeah. And that's what a lot of people... That's why... Yeah. Actually, there's a pineapple lolly in it. I want that. And that exclusively. Well, people fall into drinking because of that. Because they think that, oh, I have such fond memories of drinking with friends. It's like, because it was already a good situation. But drinking your sorrows away just makes you sadder. But it's a mood amplifier, again. A substance? Yeah. That means they're gonna get dependent on them and all that as well, yeah. 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 These heart palpitations? No, that's how I stay as normal. The heart palpitations remind me that I'm alive. They're normal, it's fine. So many things can be classed as a drug. Well, like sugar, right? You get legitimate sugar withdrawals. By a lot of definitions, it could be a drug. Add corn syrup. Well, your body craves it, right? So, oh my god. Why would I have to deal with all of these other, like, why would I have to try so hard to digest this and hunt for this and do this when I could just eat spoonfuls of sugar? It's fucking amazing. Your body thinks it's the shit, seriously, but We know it's a bad idea. Yeah. And for now means until we die of diabetes, like unmaintained diabetes or something. All power to people who live like that. That's fine. No, like I'm jealous because I feel like I have to do something on my time here on Earth, even if I know that it could just end in heat death, which means that it's going to be for naught anyway. I feel like I have to do something, so I can't just sit around and enjoy life. It gives me existential crisis. I can't. I tried. Like, now I'm just used to having existential crisis. It just reminds me that I need to do something. It doesn't make me panic anymore. It kind of is almost a motivator now. Nah, definitely not. Oh yeah, I do that all the time as well. I'm like, man, how cool would it be to try and see how many trees I could dodge if I just went off-road now? One of them's gonna do it. You're just killing off alternate versions of yourself. I will be the only Tim. How do you know when you're the only one left? When you finally make the choice yourself? The last one left to make the stupid decision. So you're the foolish Tim. The Tim that thinks he can beat the other Tims, but it's a losing battle to begin with. By another Tim, yeah. Damn it, they're ganging up on him. You feel a bit better now? It's good to joke about existential crises. We should do a podcast on Twitch because it's got like playing game IRL, so the title can be IRL, or is it? And then we can just chat about. We gotta get a soundboard first. Yes. Cass wants to make a soundboard of the sounds I make. Yeah, instead of keybind. I'd use my unused G keys. What? You should get a snippet of her laughing and perfectly loop it so that it sounds just like Eternal Laugher, but you can't tell where it's cut. You'd have to play with it, right? I mean, it's the easy way. That's, what's it called? Opportunity cost. I could do it myself, but it's legitimately more effective for me to do what I do best, to get money, to pay other people to do what they do best. And it'll take less time. Yeah. Because then you cut out the middleman of, like, banks and shit. Yeah. I have more streamers now, just sitting here talking, than I did while I was playing. Because this is interesting, and I'm actually, talking, but no one's talking. Only we're talking. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just like use this in three people just stop and curl up in bed and don't wake back up again after watching a thing on Twitch. They're not talking because they can't bring. They no longer have the will to move their bodies. Like the Grim. Apathy. More Ruby's out. Have you been keeping up with Ruby? Did you used to watch Ruby with us at all? Yeah. You should. Mm. It's probably better for the episodes that are currently out at the moment because they're literally 10 minutes long. So like, I waited a week and a half for this, and it's over. Oh boy. Yeah, this is Dragon Ball Super that we've got to finish watching. I want to keep watching that one about the blob. Because I reckon it's okay. I think Cass doesn't like it, but... yeah. Yep. Destroy my hard drives before I die. I don't know what the last thing I would say would be. If... and then just... That would be such a troll move because I'd look down and then I'd look back up and you'd already have passed on. It's just like, damn it! I looked away. Well, did he really die? If I keep on going the way I'm going, if there's people around me who care about me and I haven't managed to get out of the whole I have to feel like I've done something, my final words would probably be reassuring people that I'm satisfied with my life. But that's only if I haven't learned how to find happiness before then. Why not? It's what we had last time. You asked that last time. Yeah. Yeah. Why don't we have... Why have we not had kitten cups before now? That's the real question. They go with the pug mug. It's got to be repaired at some point. I plan to stick it in the oven. It's Cass's. Nah, it's Cass's. And no, it's real. You put it in the oven at, I forget what temperature, I'd have to look it back up again. But it's not hot enough to destroy any of the components, but hot enough to just melt the solder so that if there were two pieces of solder with a crack in the middle, they actually just rejoin without flowing anywhere. It really works. No, solder's got a really low melting temperature. It's only at like 60-something degrees, or I don't know, but it's enough to, yeah. I fixed the motherboard with it. However, I forgot to take the CMOS battery out of the motherboard before I did so. So, that was an issue. I put a new battery in and it was fine. I mean, apart from scrubbing the oven for a week and then being afraid to cook anything in it. Because it smelled like battery acid. I don't know. Maybe. I don't understand. Ah, he's just kind of stuck it in there. Yes. We fixed... Yes. No, we chopped that off because we needed a USB cord to fix Tate's cooling fan deck thing. Because his brother gave it to him, but had found the cord inconvenient on it and chopped it off. So the fans didn't run in it, so it was essentially just a pad. Which kind of defeats the purpose, because if you found the cord's annoying, just not use it, rather than taking away its only function and making it like just a wedge of foam. Yeah. No. They just run calculations, and they also run specific types of calculations. It means that you couldn't play a game on them even if you wanted to, because they just don't do those calcs well, right? Right. Yeah, so you still get the motherboard output, but using the GPU. You might get like a few milliseconds of lag there, like 2 kind of thing. So for FPS games, when you're trying to run it on like minimal lag and you've got a... It might... But still, yeah, what happened? Really well. So they're specifically designed to do floating point operations. They're not measured in gigahertz and memory, they're measured in flops. Floating point operations per second. And that's all they do, but... Unfortunately, if you use it for mining, even though they are effective for mining, they chew through too much power to constantly run, and all the cooling involved in keeping them cold to... You just can't make profit unless you have a source of free or cheaper power than the average consumer in Australia. Oh, they're decent, yeah. $500 for an entire setup. But Cass and I were looking at graphics cards before. I was comparing the price of the newest ones to the one that I got, and comparing the price of the one that I got now to what it was when I got it. So the 1080 Ti hasn't gone down much. The 1080 Ti isn't really much cheaper. Hey, Fuzzball! We're just kind of talking casually about lots of stuff. Yeah, no. Unless you got something you want to see me play, and then I'll probably just start playing idly. But, as well as talking, and do a bad job of both. Which is always good. But, the other motherboard, so the 1080 Ti is now the kind of, if you don't get a latest gen, you're probably going to get a 1080 or a 1080 Ti. And so those have maintained price. All of the others have had like hundreds just slashed off them. So you can get now like a 1070 for only a couple of $100. In fact, the 2060 is only like $500 or $600. The 2060. Yeah, Cass was looking at it. So it's nowhere near as powerful, but it's more powerful than the 1060. It's like comparable to like the 1070. No, I was comparing prices. Yeah, I was as I said, I was no, no. There's no point, right? My graphics card is not bottlenecking anything right now. By the time, like, I might eventually get one, but that's only when something like when I need to upgrade my computer. I don't need to upgrade right now. Oh, then there'll be something better anyway. Yeah. But no, I was comparing the prices. So I was comparing the price of the new one compared to how much I paid for this, and comparing how much I paid for this to how much it is now. But yeah, the price hasn't really gone down. But the one I had up, also I wanted to specifically show Cass because that's really pretty. That's water cooled. And it's just really, really pretty. Did you see it? Or you didn't really see the picture? No. There's nothing that I need it for. But look at it. Oh, I'm running air cooled as well. But just take a look at how pretty this is. Yeah. So the auras are always pretty, but this one's like light up on both sides. Yeah, gigabyte. So the only reason I went with the Asus because I already had settled on Asus motherboard and I wanted to be able to use it. I didn't want to launch multiple software just to control my lighting and speeds and overclocking and stuff. So I can overclock everything from one utility. Oh yeah, I'm quite happy with it. But one I did get was BYT. I think it is. This one, and I actually got an X demo one for a friend. They had one in Coburn or somewhere, and this works really well. It performs great. You can overclock it a decent amount, even with the air cooling. It's got the 3 fans, and the fans themselves look beautiful. So it doesn't light up, but just the curve of the actual fans and the way that that center fan is actually cut out to allow the other fan. So it's got like full size, and then the blades kind of get shorter so that the other fans kind of mesh into it properly. It looks really cool, even though all computers are built upside down, so you can't actually see them. I can't see the pretty side. The graphics cards have always been built that way unless you get specific adapters or specific motherboards. The pretty side is always facing down, but that's because it used to be for dust settling and for heating and cooling, because most of the time the heat was generated on the top and they wanted it to rise, and if they flipped it, then it would have a harder time cooling. But these days, they could literally just build it on the other side of the board and it would be fine. It was just, I did some research on it. So in the olden days, it used to have to be this way because of how compact motherboards were and where other components were going to be. This was the only way it was going to fit. These days, we've got heaps of space between cards because they generate so much heat. You need that space between cards. And we've got extra slots. So in the worst case scenario, you'd just put it in a slot and not put anything in the slot above it, and it would be okay. Yes. Because then you rotate it like this, and you'd have it facing the front, and that would be cool. But if I did something like that, I'd get one of those extenders, I'd get a different case, and I'd build an entire water cooling circuit. And I'd build my own water cooling circuit, is what I'd do if I upgrade my PC this time. Not because I need the performance, but because it's pretty, and I want the whole, like, lights in the water thing. So I can, like, change the color of my fluid and stuff. I'd get, like, I don't know, but I've seen some cool, like, reflective fluid so that you just have LEDs coming and it lights up the whole fluid, whatever color you want. And they're really easy to make. You could totally make them as well. Yeah. I reckon it's just the same stuff as the stuff they polish things with. Polish stone with. Yeah, and they look cool. I don't know if Fuzzball's actually there or not. Fuzzball? Fuzzball, are you there? Pen, pineapple, apple pen? I saw it. It's cool. I appreciate it. I don't mind it. What makes me curious though is why or how the hairs, the reason why it's got the weird scratchy kind of thing above it, how they're going in, not out. Oh, because yeah, but I don't understand why where the hairs are have gone all scratchy. Unless you can explain it. So like where the hairs are and they're all dug in. But you'd think if you're at a mold and you did that, then the hairs would be dug into the mold, which means that when you fill it with resin, it's going to be protruding. So why are they in, not out? Yeah. Yeah. So you indent, right? So you create indents and you fill it in. Yeah. So the mold would have grooves where the hairs were, where the pubes were. So when you fill it in, they would be protruding. But those aren't protruding. It just doesn't seem possible with a mold. So I don't know what the process of making it was that made it end up like that. They had those too. The sex museum. Ah. Oh yeah, sorry, that's the one with the oil. And I saw pictures of that as well and stuff. Are you making the? Oh, you're not. Okay. No, the ginger beer thing. We should totally try the ginger beer with spiced vodka and stuff. We have ginger beer at the back. We just don't have mezzos. I know, but it's all we've got. I want. We could. It's still got ginger beer. Well, it's either Kirk's or we get actual beer and we grind some ginger into it. One of these is going to be closer than the other. I mean, those are always good, but you can't buy those at stores. They're so expensive. Bundaberg's good. Bundaberg's good. Alright, so. Am I continuing to play? What's going on here? Why the VR? I mean, yeah, but drinking in VR, I overheat when I've got alcohol in my system to begin with. We could, but I only want to do Jackbox when there's a lot more of us. What I do want to do actually is the black room, the dark room. Because you can download it. It's still in beta. I don't want to ruin it, but it's still good. I can't remember what that line was, but it's like, you need to find the light switch. Okay, find the light switch. But you can't. You're in a dark room. You need the light switch to see. Do you see? It's like, I don't see. And the one guy was just screaming every time. Because the rule there was the guy controlling it. Do you know what it is? You'll find out soon. The guy... So you were always presented with 1 to 4 options. And it was whatever was yelled out the loudest was the option he took. And there was that guy in the front row that was constantly screaming, I don't see. And it made it really good because it's just like, of course you don't see. You're in a dark room. You need to find the light switch to see. Okay, find the light switch. You can't see the light switch. Don't be crazy. You need to find the blah, blah, blah. And then it ends with, do you see? And you get 2 options. I don't see and I see. And he kept screaming, I don't see! And then it goes through and loops again. It's like, I don't see! And it was getting more and more intense. And then finally went, oh, I see. And then when you go, I see, it's be like, bullshit, you see. And the entire room just lost it laughing. It was fantastic. It was the best in the world. We should do that. But I'll have to stay quiet because... now I have 6 viewers talking about the dark room. I mean, we were talking about general shit. I have no... Actually, I'm still playing Soulstorm. Apparently, even though now I have League of Legends just sitting there. You're not Soulstorm. Man, I don't know. Where is... I'm telling you, make the ginger beer thing. But we have chili vodka and we have Bundaberg and we can and we have Kirk's and we can get more than halfway there with it. That's not gonna taste right, but we can try. No, that's like, so I've tried it from like 5 different bars now. So I wanna we can at least try and see, and it probably won't be close, and it's definitely not gonna be the best one I've had. But I wanna see whether it's better than cracking a Coke. At the very least, it doesn't even have to be ginger beer. You could just add a little bit of chili vodka to it and put lime in it and mint. But do we have mint leaves? We don't have mint leaves. Where's the dark room? The what? Sorry? Even if it was sorry, but if it was Kirk's ginger beer, you wouldn't. Yeah. No, it's just flavored. Yeah. It's $20. The dark room. I'm getting it. Yeah, I know. That's my only thing. It's like I don't want to Man, that just reminds me of the fucking people in high school being like the fat cunt, the fat cunt, the fat controller. Okay, seriously though, I do want to get this purchase for myself. Do you want to do this? I'm gonna buy it regardless because I've wanted it for a bit, and playing it. Okay. So we can do this. I'll just have to stay quiet because I know bits and pieces of it now. Of course. And then what's so I'm gonna change it to say that I'm doing the dark room. Oh, the dark room is actually there. Cool, that's good. Do you want to pop into for what? What's happening? Who the way with? Yeah. Yeah. No, no, no. Because to stream, especially if you're using. But as I was saying, and why is this vibrating? All right, awesome. So that's done. But as I was saying on the panel as well, that if you make it so that it only encodes with your CPU, which can do it just fine, then it takes a big load off of your graphics card. Yeah, exactly. And good CPUs are only a couple of $100. Like mine, I've got the 7700. I've overclocked it by 30%, and that was so I told my motherboard, like I went to BIOS and said conservative overclocking for air cooled. This is water cooled, and it conservatively overclocked it by 29%. So it's like, how fast can this thing go if I try not to be aggressive with water cooling? Jesus Christ. It just doesn't get hot. Well, I've also got two 1 terabyte M.2s, so my transfer first speed and write speed to my. I've got two 1 terabyte, yeah, M.2s. So they're excessive. They cost me literally double what I really needed to pay for just SSDs. I think they're the things that I can brag about to say my computer's probably better than yours because you may have the same specs, but mine boots up a quarter of a second faster than yours. It's like almost nothing. And you can't overclock yours. I did overclock my graphics card once. Or rather, you can't push it like... Eh. Yeah, yeah. Normal one, yeah. Not the M version, not the mobile version, yeah. And 80 degrees is okay for a computer as well, but laptop components, and I know this for a fact, laptop components are actually rated to slightly higher, so this will show at, so your computer will, by default, unless you start tweaking things in BIOS and getting custom BIOS to do so, will emergency shut down 115 degrees, whereas a desktop will emergency shut down at 95. And that's without damaging components. You can run it at like 110 degrees and it won't melt things. Unless it starts to melt like solder. Blood of the innocent. Alright, so I'm gonna... Do you wanna hop... Lofty, do you wanna hop into Kirby's chat and see if other people wanna play the Dark Room with us? Because the more the merrier if people are asking us what to do. What is it? Vermouth? Yeah. Okay. I guess I can. Windows 10 does it natively, but I have what? So for this it does. But for Bluetooth, no, so for Bluetooth you have to do something different. But I've got why? Yeah. So for the cable, they do it. Windows 10 doesn't natively. Xbox controllers or those Windows 10 gaming controllers, because those are like a quarter of the price and are the same thing. Why? They're so expensive. Seriously, just get like the Windows 10 gaming controllers. Yeah, okay. Because, alright, that's fair. If you get them online though, you can get them for like $20 each. That's alright. I got this one at like $90, which is alright. Especially because it's like, you know, see-through and red. Yeah. I also really like this thing. These, yeah, it does. It really does. $1 per gym, and it's got that aftertaste, that gin taste. Nah, Bombay Sapphire is going to be some of the smoother gin that you're going to come across. Fair. I'm gonna Lofty. Should I shout out in the Kirby Discord? It would be better if you did it, because people know you, and I just kind of join along every now and again. I just think we'll get better reception, and I'll seem less rude, because I don't even know Kirby. Which is unfortunate. I've just not been online at the same time as her. What software is this? Oh, I've also got a tool that shows me the tree of all of my USB devices. So it can actually tell me, because have you ever plugged in like a USB that has a few devices on it, or a hub or something, and it says like USB resources exceeded? Mine tells me, and they're not intuitive, like a random configuration of the ports on my motherboard are assigned to different USB drivers or USB hubs in software, or like the way they're wired. So like my USB 4 port is on its own, and then a couple of them scattered around to one, and then the rest of the other combined with the USB 2 ones at the front of my computer and stuff. So this kind of tells me, so I can kind of spread the load out so it doesn't overload my drivers. That was really useful. I didn't know it existed until I had a big problem with it. So, where is... Hey! What? Zed. Yes, I've been running this DS4 Windows. Is this paired with my PS4 or with this? Probably with the PS4. What you doing? Calling out. Yeah. Okay, here we go. I forget how to get this thing going on. Bluetooth and other devices. Bluetooth is on. Ah, yes, I need to change my title. I forget how to share on this now. Okay, Google. Bluetooth pair PlayStation 4 controller. I can actually. I have played with that before. There's a Chrome extension that can listen out for it, but I just had my phone right next to me. Center PS button in the share button for 3 seconds. Yeah, I had that. I'm always hungry. Even when I've just eaten, I'm hungry. Wait, is this currently paired to the PlayStation 4? Is PlayStation 4 on right now? Did I turn that on? Yeah, bad one. Yeah. I'm gonna turn this on. Yep. Well, that's why I set this up. Is anybody else in? Nobody else is in. Nobody from Kirby's channel is here. That's fair. Yeah, I've had 3 viewers for a bit. Alright, do we get... I don't get anything from that. Alright, so... We did that in a coordinated effort for, I mean, not specifically about those, but at work we went through like specific training on problem solving and approaching a problem of heaps of people go, oh, this is a theory, and therefore I'm gonna, like, especially if you're, what? Yeah, I know, I'm waiting for it to, trying to get it to come back. Webcam come back. But yeah, like we had, so if you get to just ask like any question kind of thing, like if you go, oh, here's a riddle, and you're gonna need to ask questions in order to figure out what the real solution is, and you get to ask a question, most people will be like, I have a hypothesis, I'm gonna ask a specific question to either prove or disprove this hypothesis. But there could be thousands of correct answers, which means that you'll never get there. So you need to start by asking super general questions that just wipe out half of the solutions. You haven't even got a hypothesis, you're just digging for information, kind of thing. Yeah, you just ask super general things. Yeah. Do they have this or this on them? And then that's like, okay. Yeah. Well, not even half and a half and a half. What was that problem where if you kept trying to, oh yeah, it's like you've got this many things, you got to weigh them to try and put them in order and stuff. And if you just weighed them in pairs or something to try and half them to figure out which one was the odd one out, you couldn't do it. But if you weighed them in weird groups that would then overlap, so you could actually do maths to figure out which one it was, you could do it in one less step. So if you do that for Guess Who, it would be the even faster way. No. You go like 2/3, and then another 2/3 that overlaps with only one character, and then like others, and you have it's exactly the same, but you have the potential to solve it earlier if it happens to be that overlap kind of thing. Webcam, why? USB tree. Alright, why this? Ah, you're doing it now. Well, could be in me. The what? No. The USB device itself is not being recognized by the computer. Because I tried changing it on here. Right? It doesn't even see that the device is plugged in. Oh, okay. Now it's going strange. Nah. If it starts doing... This might work now. Yeah, that one will work. So it should see it here now. Yeah, let me try this. Hello? Let me go to this first. Because I need to make sure that it's actually being seen here. It's still not there. This is USB audio device. No. Going in. Microphone. Now it's here. Cool. So that's working there now. Now I should be able to change this away and back on. Hello? Yeah, okay. So now we got audio from webcam. Now it's tiny again, but let me go into... Although it's been stupid again. Well, the webcam has decided to do this again. I don't know, but I've tried disabling it, re-enabling it, unplugging it, replugging it. No, I've changed all of that. I've even gone into the actual Logitech software. This webcam itself is giving that video feed. This is not what OBS is interpreting it as. This is what that webcam sees. Something is coming out of that wrong. What code? That was only... No, the Logitech software. That was trying to change the resolution in that to see if it's... But no, it sees it in the same there too. That was before this happened. Oh, so it was after this already happened. It just happened sometime. Neither have I. I could have got a faulty one. But that's the thing. I already disabled the device and then re-enabled it. The best I could do is possibly... I definitely tried all of those ones. But what else can we do? Exit all of those. I just slowed my mouse right down. I started having this problem more with mine when... Okay, that's better. Nah, it's definitely not that. I tried making a new source as well. So if that's... Well, if I go into the actual Logitech gaming software... No, it does. Gives me a camera preview here. Or it's meant to. That's the thing, the camera preview here is black. The camera is on, it started, but there's nothing here now. Yeah. Doing that again. No, but the best I can do... I had it disabled for a while. I re-enabled it. And now it's silly. It was doing this before as well, and then at some point it just decided to come good after a while. But let's... grab... Let's just try this. Plug it in directly without the hub. Still not. Alright, let's restart and see if anything changes.